Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Discovery Scouts and Pirates of the Caribbean film series. Simon Angels here. Today's day is a Friday. It's June 19, 2026. On SummerCon is today is about June 19 and 21st, 2026. And Star Wars, the Clone Wars characters is being camped at about Washington State Fair today. All of you guys that get the tickets on sales for now for 3 days as far as you know. Don't forget to on the Friday, Saturdays, and Sunday. So we'll be hangouts here in the time. So we're gonna start to talk about this for now on the continuing is between to be continued on healthy choice as far as like about the fast foods for fat loss. So it just might be to get longer in that time as long as soon as it's possible. So maybe it could be about the considerations with as soon as it's possible. And as far as the Chick-fil-A, which is about the 12 grilled nuggets, is between the apple and the fruit salads, and besides the fresh salads, and Diet Coke for Coca-Cola zero sugars. In these ones, it includes about several hundreds of calories. Those are between on the 600 calories. So that way, as far as you can do that, you can also save for about hundreds of calories. You can do so. You already did that as far as like it begins and the end. I just wanted to so you know about. I just wanted you to know about already did that. So maybe it could be about as soon as there's possibilities for that. You also save 300 through 400 calories. You also press greens as a green light of it. That's called 765 calories from last 7 days from last week ago. When I walked there straight down here into the left on the South Hill, which besides to on 100% we can do so as far as like all way to notice. Feel free or not, that could be so, but you have to do that like the plate as far as it's between two entrees, which besides to on mushrooms, chickens, and broccoli beef, or you should about whatever you do to like black pepper sirloin steak and grilled teriyaki chickens, including one side of the super greens. Don't order some fried rice, chow mein noodles, and the rice, white rice. So that's not good for your body when you continue to repent or express. So you remember that as far as you could do so, or as far as you like it on the considered as possible. If you wish to know about it this time with the responsibilities, I'm just watching the TV on WWE for Friday Night SmackDown, and that closes to about 3 hours later. When I usually for about the done as well, and that was to consider about the fast foods for fat loss is between the Jack in the Box without ordering fries, burgers, and chicken sandwiches. You can also choose salads, and the wraps is completely healthy as far as you can. So you could also have the garden grilled chicken salads, Southwest grilled chickens. It could be best there for the fresh salads and the wraps. There's a hardware between on the ranch, the spicy, and the Southwest wraps with the grilled chickens is completely very good and healthy. It's the really best there ever. So that way, as far as it takes, that'll be the several hundreds of calories. That includes about 750 calories. You can also take care of your healthy in as soon as it's more possible. You can also save 250 calories for more when you lost weight on 12 inclines, the 3.1 for the level up for speed. When you walk for the treadmills, press 1 to confirm like about 3.1 speeds or 12 inclines during the lost weight journey at all times, which as far as it's between Sundays through Saturdays, which as far as the before and after. So if you want to lose weight, gain weight, and skinny fat, so losing the visual fat as far as you're concerned is between around the cord muscles as far as like between primary muscle with the quadriceps, hamstrings, and calves, and the gluteus maximus, and the lactating endorphin goes on to the secondary muscles, which as far as between the core with abdominals and obliques and the hip flexors as far as you it takes. So you can also do that with like on AMTs with adaptive motion trainers. You can use it about for level 10 for the cardio centers as far as you can for one for the time. For the one for the time for the cardio center is between adaptive motion trainers, 12 inclines treadmills with the 3 zeros and 3.1s. If you use it about for the 30 minutes for the beginners to intermediate, 60-minute goes to the intermediate and advanced, 90-minute goes to the advanced only. You can also take more than about 1,000 calories when you lost weight, as far as it's between you and the takeaway for the killing for the calories. If it burns fat, as far as it's between those calories it takes, so you can also lost weight between us on 90 minutes with it advanced on 12 inclines with the 3.1 speed for the treadmills. That goes on for the 1,000 calories per time for the day. As far as you can concern as possibilities, you can take more than that time. So you can also have the more and more that time at like Mondays to Fridays, like schools, and like sometimes it's like at the preschools or trade schools, college or universities, doctor's appointments, as far as like about Social Security administrations and supplemental security income and benefits on Monday through Friday, just like schools that includes to on advanced programs as far as you take about for the lost weight at all times. I also eat brown whole wheat bread. For brown bread, that's in time of the whole wheat bread. It goes on the brown. It's a completely very good healthy. So don't do that like about the white bread ones. That's not good for you. You can also choose a brown white. You can also choose brown wheat bread, whole grain. The whole grains of wheat for brown bread. It's good for you for the mix of a lot of healthies. It's not really bad. That was like 100 calories. They also are very good. It's okay. Lower calories as far as like about the whole grains of brown bread. That's 100 calories. The more than about 100 calories per day. As far as you could between on, you could have sometimes about turkey to cheese sandwiches. As far as you could take more and more of the time, and I would have to introduce itself as far as this between the peanut butter jelly, the whole grains of the brown bread for sandwiches as far as you can. You can also between the grilled chicken sandwich with the whole whole grains of bread with brown. They also pretty good as possible. With the dark browns, as far as with the brown, it turns into the dark, which is between you gotta eat healthy with the brown bread. As far as that concerns to the dark brown one, the whole grains of wheat for bread is 100 calories without white, without anybody else, and just the only about the dark brown ones as far as you take about the time, just like a dark chocolate bread. They also get healthier as far as this between the whole grains of wheat for dark chocolate bread. So they also good as possible. It's between you and those about the particular place. And that's the way you know about responsibilities. You can take them more about the situation in time, and it's completely one of words to that any time is possible. That a lot of good things a lot of time, but I'm just seeing about those videos reactions for about in time about nutrition facts is between calories on Golden Corral buffets, scrambled eggs as far as it's between on the high weights of the calories that takes, the more the dangers as far as it takes about the time of weeks, and It's nothing could be more than about the whole matchup its possibilities. So that was this could be about the scrambled eggs and those salads and the fruits and diet cokes, the which is have the zero sugars. They also have some of those like 0 calories. If you do like about some several hundreds of calories, there's a few hundred calories. The more that you can take, the more that about in time for the danger situation, and those will make ways that is responsible. So, however, you don't want to notice about all this time with the Golden Corrals buffets. It's between you and those are between Harvest buffets and Pacific Rim buffets that do have about hundreds of calories. Don't do several things. It's like 1,000 to 2,000 calories. That's not good for your body. They also you can take more of it about the really too dangerous as far as it's scary and dangerous there. 1,000 through 2,000 calories. That's about the danger situation here. We're so excited about those videos. So, even that this better with 300 through 760 calories, they also feel better. It feels safe and survived. I just went to the Panda Express for last week from 7 days ago, and includes to about Popeyes for 1,000 to 2,000 calories. They wasn't good for you healthy as far as it's between so on blackened tenders and rice and beans. That includes mashed potatoes or coleslaws for one food only for one side, and so don't order some contra fries. That's not good for your body. As far as like it about the contra fries, it is unhealthy. We could also choose potato wedges at Walmart as far as like a deli market and the bakery as far as it's due to on the stores and related to on the Costco's. They do have about the potato wedges at the Costco's, Winco's, Fred Meyer's, grocery outlets that includes to the Trader Joe's. I can ask my sister Isabella for while she's working it out on the two jobs. She able to confirm about the buys on JoJo wedges for about the healthier, which as far as you're concerned about on air fried potatoes, oven roasted potatoes, Idaho Yukon potatoes. They also pretty good as possible. That includes sweet potatoes and red potatoes too. That could be excellent healthy. That's why it includes hash browns is completely healthy with scrambled eggs, and those one includes to on the mashed potatoes too. That was completely healthy. That was not unhealthy. That is a completely not really inherent bad. So mashed potatoes, they usually have about the healthy. That includes to about hash browns and scrambled eggs. That includes about the ham. It's just completely best. It seems okay, but like several hundreds of calories. That's a nutrition fact. They can also look up to see sometimes it's like about nutritional facts with the word pads. As far as you can do that for, like 50% central morning corrections. Well, everybody knows it like the last 11 years ago from 2015. So I have never seen the 2015 nutrition facts for the calories. Desserts, as far as it's due to on the frozen yogurts with the vanilla, strawberries, and the chocolate. The ones that have the frozen yogurt is between healthier. That is ice creams as Neapolitan in it. It is unhealthy. So pepperoni pizzas with the Wincos and Costco's, it is unhealthy for the pepperonis that come in it, and including Papa John's and Papa Murphy's and Domino's pizzas. That includes Pizza Hut. That wasn't good for you guys. That wasn't good for your body. As far as you're concerned about is between to about 1,000 to 2,000 calories. That was not good. That's too much. That was too much eating a lot of food. Whether the family pizzas, with the take homes, with delivery and takeouts. For by the way, you can also take more than about the 6 slices with the vegetables pizzas. That was completely about the take one for each size is between about the is about 350 calories. They also seems okay. Take one of those about the pizzas at a time, which is take two, which as far as between to about 700 calories for the 6 slices for the veggie pizzas. That includes the habit burger grills. They do have the veggie burgers in it. The farce is between 700 calories. They also is okay. I usually have the grilled chicken Caesar salad. They also about on the 610 calories. I usually have that inclusive of the harvest salads and apple pecan salads for Wendy's, which are the fast foods for the fat loss, which is about plain potatoes, baked potatoes, and bacon cheese potatoes. And the bacon there is in it as far as the completely good as long as its possibilities. And when you get to the maximum weight on X, Reddits, and Instagrams and Facebooks, take a look at it's between to on the fast foods for fat loss. That includes the KFC's has potato wedges, and that includes one side of it for one combo for the size as far as you're concerned as possible. For that nuggets and potato wedges, that close is okay, which is replaces fries. So even that one, which is the mashed potatoes and coleslaws and potato wedges, they also same things as like hundreds of calories. That was like it's between 650 calories. That also is okay. They are able to save 350 calories for more in that time. They over limitations. That thing is it could be on and on with potato wedges has the small, medium, and large. I use it about the safe way as far as like the 0.5 pounds with potato Jojo wedges. I usually order about the daily market with on the Abbott cards with electronic benefits transfer card. I usually about in time for the lemonades for the diet ones. The fruits, as far as you take about the oranges, grapefruits, and apples, pineapples has a chunk in it. It's definitely could be eat some salads with completely best. So, however, they also have to continue to mistake in here as far as you're concerned about Fat Sacks pizzas, and they do have the salads, which is take place to on pepperoni's pizzas. That includes cheese pizzas are the best healthy ever. So Hawaiian pizzas they do have the items, which is to have about the cheese, pineapples, and ham. Also good, the best healthy forever that met. Forever that on the healthy is. That is completely very good. You could try this one as far as you could take about 400 calories. Now you should about to save 200 calories. It's Mickey best ever. So let me tell you something about, and this is very important that it takes. So don't do the fries, burgers, the chicken sandwiches. Don't do it on the large meals as far as like about 1,500 calories. Don't do sometimes about the Big Macs and the McDoubles and the fries and nuggets. That's not good for your body. That was too much eating food with almost 2,000 calories. It has to stop eating food, which is about to get the small, the normal ones. So choose ones about the McHamburgers with 250 calories. That includes 10 pieces of chicken nuggets is 410 calories. Which as far as you're concerned, which you can choose 660 calories for good. Which as far as it's between to on the savings with 340 calories for saved. Which is okay. Which as far as it's between to about 340 calories for saved. Which is the direction for depositions, which is about attraction you're going to take. I choose my hamburgers as on the best. 10 pieces of chicken nuggets, that includes 4 to 6 pieces. Whatever they do. I also choose diet sodas with the Diet Coke with the 0 sugars with the 35 grams of milligrams of sodium. That includes about 2%. They also feels okay. That includes to yourself, as far as you're concerned. You can also drink water after the drinking Diet Coke. You can also about to choose the diet sodas at a time for each. Drink lots of water as far as you can to stay hydrated with while you're eating from the McDonald's. While you do not order for fries, do not order McMacs, quarter pounders. As far as you're concerned, quarter pounder with cheese, I also okay. That's 100% beef patties if that takes. You can also choose the vegetables if whatever you like. This is all you know. So, whatever you do is about the really best there's ever. So, thanks about it a very good appointed, a very appointed here. As far as you get best, there's about 340 calories saved. That includes my hamburgers. 10 pieces of chicken nuggets are surely okay for the maximum weight. That includes about 660 calories. That includes takedown of those on in time for safe is 340 calories while you eat in McDonald's for my hamburgers and 10 pieces of McJugget, 10 pieces of chicken nuggets. They're also good. Alright. Show's over, guys. I was able to watch it on Friday Night SmackDown, which is as far as it take more than about in time for the television shows. Thank you so much for coming in, guys. Don't forget to hit the subscribe for more content. Exit Instagrams, the Reddits, Facebooks, and the YouTube channels as far as it's between the social medias as far as you can, and the Pinterest. As far as you can look up there to on Jack in the Box for the healthy choice. Fast foods for the Panera Breads, Applebee's, BJ's Restaurants, Olive Gardens, Red Robins, Denny's, and IHOPs. That includes the Wendy's, Jamba Juice, Emerald City Smoothies, and that includes on Shella's Teriyaki. You can also choose Shella's. Fast foods or buffets, whatever you do about the best foods ever, included the lunch at a time for each every weekend on Saturday. Alright, guys. The watch is over, guys. The watch is over. I'm gonna watch it on USA on World Wrestling Entertainment Network. It's between Friday Night SmackDown on 8 through 11 p.m. on Central on USA. Feel free to watch on Fast Foods for Fat Loss on Instagrams, on social media. Don't forget to keep it rigid. Have a good night.